People are sharing the creepiest unsolved mysteries that they can't stop thinking about. So I decided to look into the details of each one. Brandon Swanson's case always boggled my mind. The fact that he alerted his parents that he was lost and needed help. They were on the phone with him, heading toward him, only to hear his last moments. To know they were so close is so terrifying. Recently, Reddit user uRandomweeb asked the people of r/Ask Reddit to share the creepiest unsolved mystery that keeps them up at night. After reading through some of these, I will definitely not be sleeping soundly for the next couple of days. Here are the most bone-chilling cases. Warning: disturbing and graphic content ahead.
1. Alicia Navaro. A 14-year-old vanishes without a trace after leaving a note and running away from home. 2023 update. The 36-year-old man seen with Alicia Navaro is charged with sexual abuse of children. Edmund Davis, 36, was arrested in October 2023 and charged with 2 felony counts of abuse since inappropriate children-related material was found on his cell phone. The digital material was seized in July after Alicia Navaro, 18, walked into a Harav, Montana police department asking to be taken off the missing persons list. Shortly after, police served a search warrant for the apartment Alicia and Edmund were sharing. Once police arrived, they saw Edmund trying to hide a cell phone in the trash. After the police raided their apartment, the pair moved into the Fort Belknap Indian Reservation in August. This is a developing story. Alicia's 2019 disappearance. In the early morning hours of September 15, 2019, 14-year-old Alicia quickly wrote a note to her sleeping family. She then took her phone and laptop and left the house just 5 days before her birthday. Was she lured away by an online predator? Alicia Christina Navaro lived with her mother and stepfather in Glendale, Arizona. Her mother describes her as a sweet girl who loves her family. Because she is diagnosed with high-functioning autism, which requires her to take medications regularly, social interactions can often be overwhelming. While Alicia did have a few friends that she spent time with, she found it easier to socialize on the internet, where she became a regular in online gaming forums such as Minecraft and Discord. In the months leading up to Alicia's disappearance, because of her autism, Alicia took great comfort in routine and could become quite agitated when this routine was disrupted. She preferred to eat the same foods, listen to the same type of music, and loved to wear long-sleeve shirts daily, even in the sweltering heat that Arizona is known for. However, in the months leading up to her disappearance, this would all change. Alicia had begun to act differently, exhibiting behaviors that were drastically outside the norm. Some of her new interests included comic books, classic rock, and fitness products such as protein powders. She also began to express an interest in body spray, makeup, and somewhat provocative clothing. Jessica assumed that these changes were the result of peer pressure at her high school. The day before Alicia's disappearance on September 14th, Alicia was feeling anxious and asked if she could stay home from school. Her mother agreed, and the two spent the day together, going to McDonald's for Alicia's favorite meal and got their eyebrows threaded together before visiting a chocolate shop and heading home. That night, Alicia stayed up late, playing games online as usual. She came downstairs somewhere between 12 o'clock and 1 a.m. for a glass of water and told her mother that she loved her before heading back to her room. Later that night, Alicia sat at her desk and wrote a note to her mother. That morning, at around 7 a.m., Alicia's mother, Jessica Nunez, went downstairs and noticed that the back door was wide open. When she looked out into the yard, she could see 2 of their chairs had been placed against the fence. She raced upstairs, only to find Alicia's room empty. In that moment, Jessica's worst nightmare began. She knew that Alicia had most likely snuck out and used the chairs to scale the fence. Her young and extremely vulnerable daughter was missing. Jessica phoned the police to report Alicia missing. The following day, a silver alert was issued statewide for Alicia. While these alerts are most commonly used in the disappearances of the elderly, they are also used when the missing individual is particularly vulnerable, as Alicia was. After investigators combed through Alicia's room, it was determined that she had taken her laptop, cell phone, body spray, some cosmetics, and a comic book. However, she did not take any of her charges for her devices, which led investigators to believe she likely had planned to return. The last confirmed sighting of Alicia was reported by a friend who claimed to have seen her at La Pradera Park, only 1.5 miles from her home, on the afternoon of September 19th. Jessica went to the park to investigate this lead herself. Additional witnesses would corroborate this claim, saying that a girl matching Alicia's description was talking with an African-American man with tattoos on his hands, neck, and face. Where Alicia's case stands today, it has been nearly 3 years since Alicia Navaro left her home in the middle of the night. The FBI became involved early in the investigation, but the trail appears to have run cold. Aside from the sighting at the park, no other sightings of Alicia have been reported, and there has been no movement on any of her known social media accounts since her disappearance. Both investigators and Alicia's mother believe she was most likely groomed and lured away by a predator in one of the forums that she frequented, possibly with the intent of human trafficking. She was not intended to leave for this long. Something is preventing her to come back, Nunes said. In the years since her disappearance, Alicia's mother has remained relentless in her search for her daughter. She has taken to the streets to post flyers of Alicia and has even begun using social media platforms such as TikTok to spread awareness of Alicia's disappearance and to warn other families of the dangers that lurk on the internet for children. Jessica believes that one day she will be reunited with her daughter, reminding herself of the promise in Alicia's note. "I will be back, I swear."
No, no one has hurt me. Thank you for offering help to me.
First of all, I want to give glory to God for answering your prayers and for this miracle. My daughter, Alicia Navaro, was missing since September 15, 2019.
She is, by all accounts, safe. She is, by all accounts, healthy. And she is, by all accounts, happy. She showed up to a police department. She identified herself as Alicia Navaro, and she basically asked for help to clear her off of a missing juvenile list. She is not in any kind of trouble. She's not facing any kind of charges.
But every indication she's given us so far is that she willfully left her home, her own free will and choice. Now, the dynamics surrounding that decision are obviously something that we're looking into.
Did anybody hurt you in any way?
2. Myra Lewis. Toddler goes missing while playing with her sister outside. Myra was only 2 years old at the time of her disappearance in March 2014. The adorable toddler had been playing in the front yard outside her home with her sister at approximately 10:30 to 11 a.m. Her mother, Erica, stepped out to go to the store, believing her husband was watching their little girl. Myra's father, Gregory, assumed the toddler was with her mother. When both parents realized that Myra had vanished, Gregory searched for the child on his ATV but had no luck finding her. Once the family realized they needed help locating the little girl, they contacted the Madison County Sheriff's Department and reported her missing. Authorities, including the Madison County Sheriff's Department and the FBI, searched for Myra with no good result. The child seemed to have vanished into thin air. Mississippi issued what became the longest-running Amber Alert in the state's history. While authorities announced at a press conference that they believed that Myra was alive and in the area, no one has come forth with any credible information regarding her whereabouts to date. The family believed she had been abducted by a stranger from the yard in front of her rural home. As recently as March of 2023, authorities confirmed that her case was still open and that police continued to receive tips, but Myra has still not been found. Her family has moved away, and efforts to locate them have been unsuccessful. Regardless, authorities have not given up on finding Myra. Myra has been missing since March 1, 2014. At the time of her disappearance, Myra was 27 pounds, stood between 2'10" and 3'1", and had black hair and brown eyes. She was last seen wearing white or khaki-colored pants, a turquoise sweater with a bear on the front, and pink tennis shoes. The FBI is offering a $20,000 reward for any information regarding Myra Lewis's whereabouts.